Hi, welcome to the geometry unit, the practice test. And I'm going to go through each question carefully. So we'll get started. This first one, Hank has a snowplow. Uh, that sands the roads. It also sands the roads. It's not, I one of my errors that I made is it's not a right trapezoidal prism. It's just a trapezoidal prism, and shown in this figure here. But essentially, you have to find the volume, and it's not this square foot; it's the cubic. I've made these corrections in another version of this, but anyway, I think it works. Find the volume. The volume is so for number one, the volume is the base area times the height of the prism. And the base is a trapezoid here. And the area of the trapezoid is one base plus the other base divided by 2 times the height. Now, since we have two heights here, I'm going to say that this is the height of the trapezoid, and I'll make this capital H the height of the prism. So there's two different heights here. So anyway, one base of the trapezoid is 8, and the other one is 2. So this would be uh, 8 plus 2 divided by 2 times the height of the prism. In this case, the height of the prism is 3. Right? Not the prism, the trapezoid is 3. So that's times 3. So that'd be 10 divided by 2 times 3, which is 5 times 3. That means the area is 15 square feet. So we multiply that area by the height of the prism. And I guess what I could do here is all along here, I was finding the base area. I'll put this in brackets. So this is all the base area. Okay. And then I have to multiply that by the height of the prism. And the height of the prism is the distance between the bases, which in this case is 9. So times 9 feet. And 15 times 9 is 135. Now it's cubic feet. So we're talking about volume. Number 2. Number 2 is if Hank is picking up sand that costs $2.25 per cubic foot and completely fills it, how much will the sand cost? So it's 225 times 135. 135 times $2.25. That should be $303.75. You just multiply these two numbers. That's dollars. Boom. Okay, there's 1 and 2. Number 3, Hank and Henry. There's Hank again. They're painting a barn that has rectangular sides, and they're painting all the sides except for the rectangular faces of the roof. So the roof there. So they are painting this triangular part there. And if they paint 20 square meters per hour, how long will it take to the nearest hour? So we need to find the surface area first. So for number 3, let's see. The surfaces. Let's find, we don't need the bottom. We need this front here, which is 9 times 5. 9 times 5 plus there's another 9 times 5. Is it right? The front and the back are the same. So how about I just double the 9 times 5? And then there is a right side, 15 times 5 right there. 15 times 5, but that's the right side, and the left side is the same area, so times 2. And then we have the triangular front, which is the base. That's 9, because this is 9. So 9 times 1 divided by 2, right? Because the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So 9 times 1 divided by 2. But there are 2 of these triangles. There's one in the front and there's one in the back. So I would multiply that by 2. Okay, so 9 times 5, that's 45 times 2 plus 15 times 5, I think that's 75 times 2. And then 9 times 1 divided by 2 times 2. Well, the 2's can just cancel. And 9 times 1 is 9, so plus 9. 245s is 90. 275s is 150, I believe. 150 plus 9. So that would be what, 249? 249 square feet. Is it feet? It's all in feet, right? Oh, wait, meters. Square meters. So we have the 249. We have to divide that by 20 because they paint at 20 meters per hour. So 249 divided by 20 is about, round to the nearest whole number, that would be 12. So it would take about, so it'll take about 12 hours for them to do it all up, paint the whole thing. That's a lot of painting. Number 4. Number 4 is this pattern for a scarf is shown below. And what's the area of the scarf? It looks like I have a big rectangle, 12 times 27. But I have to take out this part here. It looks like that would be one circle. So 12 times 27. 12 times 27 would be the area of the entire rectangle, and take away the area of the circle. Well, the area of a circle is minus pi times the radius squared, and that radius is half of 12. 12 is the full length there, and half of that is going to be 6. So it would be, well, first off, what's 12 times 27? I believe that's 324. So 324 minus pi 3.14 times the radius, which was 6 squared. 324 minus, that would be 36 times 3.14. And I don't know what 36 times 3.14 is. Let me get my calculator here. 36 times 3.14 is 113.04. Minus 113.04. And then 324 minus 113.04 is 210.96. 210.96. Rounded to the nearest tenth. Ooh. Oh, yeah. So round to the nearest tenth would be, that goes up 1 because this 6 is greater than 5. So it'd be 210.0 or 210 round to the nearest tenth. Square inches. Oh, 211. Sorry. 211. 211 square inches. Number 5. Number 5 is a student constructs a regular square pyramid with a base that has sides of 8 inches and a slant height of 16 inches. Find the surface area of the pyramid. Okay, so let's see, surface area of all the sides added together. So we have a square pyramid. So for number 5, we have a square pyramid. I'm going to draw the square pyramid. Got a point up there, and it goes to all the corners. I should have dashed that one, but whatever. So it's a square pyramid. Each side is 16 inches. 16 inches. The slant height, which is this height along here, I'm going to put a little square there. So that's the slant height along the side there, not from the tip to the base, but along the side. Slant height, oh, sides are 8 inches and the slant height 16. Sorry. This is 8 inches. And the slant height is 16 inches. Okay, so we have to think of how many surfaces are there. There's 4, and then the base is 5. So the area of the base is 8 times 8, which is 64 square inches. And then the area of one of the triangles is base, which is 8. So a triangle is base 8 times the height 16 divided by 2. And little trick here, you do 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So it's just 8 times 8. Hey, that's also 64. And there's how many of these triangles? There's 4 of them because there's one here, one there, one to the left, and one to the right. So this would be actually, this would be 5 times 64, right? Because the base is 64 and all the sides are 64, have an area 64. So what that's 320. So that should be, I'm checking my answer right now, 320. 320, and that's still area, so 320 square inches. Okay, number 6. Number 6 on the back. Hey, I made it to the back. Find the value of x in the figure. So the area of x. So this is a right angle, so that's 90 degrees. So it's this plus this is going to be equal to 90. So 2x plus 1 plus 37 degrees. This is in degrees. I wasn't talented enough to make that. Put parentheses and degrees there, and then that equals 90. So this is 2x plus 38 equals 90, and subtract 38 from both sides. 2x is equal to what? 2. 8 minus 3 is 5. So divide by 2, and x is 26. There you go. That's the value of x. Number 7. A steel oil tank is a cylinder with a diameter of 20 feet and a height of 23 feet. How many square feet of steel is needed to make the tank? So we're talking about square units. We're talking about surface area. So number 7. Let's see. If we have this here, okay. The diameter is 20 feet. 20, and this is 23 feet. So we need to know what is the area. So if the diameter is 20, we need the radius, which is 10. Okay, we're going to use that. Now, the surface area, I'll call it SA, is it's the area of all the surfaces. So let's get the area of the circle. That's pi times radius squared. Pi times the radius squared, and that's this top circle. But there's 2 of them, right? There's 2, one on the top and one on the bottom. So there's 2 of those pi times radius squares. And then to get the lateral area, which is the side of the cylinder, let's open this up. And if we open up this cylinder, this is still 23 here. And when we do this here, if we look at this here, this length is the circumference of the circle. Oops. This length here is the circumference of the circle. And the circumference of the circle is diameter times pi. So to get the area of this, it looks like a rectangle, it's 23 times diameter times pi, which is the diameter was 20 times 3.14, which is 62.8, I think. 20 times 3.14 is 62.8. Yeah, 62.8. So it's 2 pi times 2 pi times the radius squared plus the area of this rectangle is 23 times 62.8. 23 times 62.8. I should replace the radius with 10. So this is 10 squared. Okay. I'm going to have to continue over here. 2 times pi is 2 times 3.14, which is 6.28, times 10 squared, which is 100, plus 23 times 62.8. 23 times 62.8 is 1,000. One and a bunch of fours, four fours. One. Okay. The 66.28 times 100 is 628 plus 1,444.4. So add these two together, plus 628 is 2072.4. 2072.4. And this is all measured in, what was it? Feet. So square feet. I'm checking my answer, make sure I got it all right. Oh, I think that I put it in terms of pi here, and I'm not sure why I put it in terms of pi. So let me check. I have 660 pi, but if I do 660 times 3.14, yeah, that's the same thing, 2072.4. So I had 660 pi, but same as that. Okay. Boy, that's something I should change, huh? I probably should. Anyway, number 8. Number 8 is a review question. 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 times x plus 1 equals 28. Okay, so we have 8 minus 4x. That would be minus 4. So I'm distributing that 4, just multiplying by each of those, equals 28. I can combine my like terms. 8 minus 4 is positive 4. I have the negative 4x in the front, and then that equals 28. I'll subtract 4 from both sides. 28 minus 4 is 24. And divide both sides by negative 4. And x is equal to 24 divided by negative 4 is negative 6. And I better get that one right. Did. Okay, number 9. For number 9, we have a classroom measures 30 feet long by 26 feet wide and 8 feet high. The combined area of the doors and windows is 128 square feet. What is the remaining area of the four walls of the room? Okay, so let's go with a drawing here. 30. This is 26 feet. It's all in feet. And the height is 8. Okay. Now, we're just looking at the walls, I believe. Oh, the four walls. Okay. Yeah, four walls. So let's take the area of the four walls. The area of the front would be 30 times 8. And there's a front and a back. So there's 2 of those. And then the other one is going to be 26 times 8. That's the right side, but there's the right and the left. They're the same. So 2 times 30 times 8. I can't even think right now. It's been a long day. 2 times 30 times 8 is 480. So that's 480 plus 2 times 26 times 8 is 416. 416 plus the 480, 896. 896 square feet, I think, is yeah, but we have to subtract the 128 square feet. So 896 minus 128 square feet minus 128 is 768 square feet. And that should be that. Yeah, that's it. Okay, number 10. Number 10 is, let's see, on a road map, the distance between two cities is 5.3 centimeters. Was the actual distance on the scale, if the scale is that. So 2 centimeters is 35 miles. So number 10, proportions always work with this. 2 centimeters is 35 miles. So 5.3 centimeters is how many miles? We would multiply 35 times 5.3 and divide by 2. So 35 times 5.3 is this, divided by 2, 92.75. 92.75 miles. I'm making sure. Yeah. Oh, is it round to the nearest tenth? Ah, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So that would be 92.8 miles. Okay, number 11. 11 says a stained glass window is shaped like a semicircle. The bottom edge of the window is 22 inches long. What's the area of the stained glass window round to the nearest hundredth? Okay, so if we have this, a wonderful half circle, and the bottom edge is 22 inches, what is the area of this? Well, the area is pi times radius squared divided by 2. Okay, so that would be 3.14 times the radius is 11. So 11 squared, but you need to divide that by 2. That's 3.14 times 11 divided by, 121, because 11 squared is 121 divided by 2. And this is where the calculator comes into play. So 3.14 times 121 is that, divided by 2 is 371.47. Round to the nearest hundredth. Don't even have to. So 321 point. Oh, but this is that. But it's a semicircle. It's half. I just found the area of the entire circle, so I have to divide it by 2. 185.74. 185.74. I'm just making sure. That's weird. It's slightly off of my, so 185.74. This is a little bit off of my answer that I gave in that. And I'm assuming it's probably a rounding thing. It's probably, if you take 3.14 times 121 equals this. Now, if I call this 379 point, I don't know. I'm not sure why. It's slightly off though, but I'm pretty certain it's a rounding thing. Oh, no, 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 no. I know exactly what's going on here. Um, shoot. What it was is I used 22 over 2. Oh wow, that's a biff. Instead of 3.14, I used 22 over 2, which I probably shouldn't have. I probably should just use 3.14. And even when I say 22 over 2, this should be 22 over 7 probably. And even at that, that's not good. I'm just going to use 3.14 for it. That's why the answer is different in there. Okay, that's number 11. Number 12. Number 12. Let's see what we got here. A bear was seen near I changed that, campground. Searchers were dispatched to the region to find the bear. Okay, assume the bear can walk in any direction at a rate of 5 miles per hour. Suppose the bear was last seen uh, 5 hours ago. How large of an area must the searchers cover? Round your answer to the nearest square mile. So if it could, so it's going to, bear starts anywhere, right? And then it goes out like this. How far is 5 miles an hour for 5 hours? That would be 25 miles in a radius of that. So what's the area? They have to say, the searchers have to cover pi times the radius squared, which is 3.14 times 25 squared. which is 25 times 25 is 625 times 3.14 is 196, 1962.5 uh, square miles. Okay. The follow up to this is how much additional area would the searchers have to cover if the bear were last seen 11 hours ago? So we would have to do another one, and that'd be 5 times 11, which is 55. So it'd be 55 miles, and another circle. So we need 3.14 times 55 squared, which is 55 times 55 times 3.14 is 9498.5. 9498.5. And how much bigger of an area is that? Well, let's subtract these two right here. So 9498.5 minus 1962.5 is uh, minus 1962.5 is 7536. 7536 square miles. It's a lot. Um, yeah, got it. Okay, number 14. For 14, I think that and I have a couple of uh, little errors on this too. I have what corners for the corners, right? Okay, so Hank is building a cabinet. He is making wooden braces for the corners of the cabinet. Find the surface area. So I'm going to do it right on this paper here. So we have 3 times 8. 3 times 8, this is 24. The area of that part is 24. And then if this is 8 and this is 3, that means this is 5. This is also 5. So 8 times 5 is 40. That makes this also 40. And 3 times 8 is 24 again. Okay, I'll chop this off here. This is 3 times 5. This is 15. And this is 8 times 3. This is 24 again. And then you need to know that I'm going to erase this stuff here. So this here, this is also 15, and in the back that you can't see is 24. And over here, this is 8 times 8. This is 64, and this will also be 64. So what you have to do is you have to just add up all the numbers. 24, 24, and 40, and 40, and 24, and 40, and 40, and 24, and uh, 15 and 24, 15 and 24, and then the back side 15 and 24, and then the bottom 64, and then the back 64 again. And if you add all those, you will have the surface area, which I believe is 334 square inches. Okay, number 15. You've been asked to build a scale model of a restaurant out of bottle caps. The restaurant is 15 feet tall. Your scale is 2 centimeters is 1 foot. So a bottle cap is 1.3 centimeters tall. About how many bottle caps will your model be? Okay, so I'm going to do that on this page here. So number 15. So 2 centimeters is 1 foot. 2 centimeters is 1 foot. And the restaurant is 15 feet tall. So the restaurant is 15 feet tall. So how many centimeters tall will that be? 2 times 15 is 30 divided by 1 divided by this other number here is 30. So that would be 30 centimeters tall. That's how tall the restaurant is. And then each bottle cap is 1.3 centimeters. So it'd be 30 divided by 1.3. And too lazy to do it without a calculator. Divided by 1.3 is 23.07. So it'd be 23. basically 23. So it'd be is about 23, about 23 bottle caps. And our last one, number 16. Okay, so the length L of a rectangular field is 96 yards. Use the scale drawing of the rectangle to find the actual width. Um, so the actual length is 30. So we have um, 32. 32 to 96 equals 8 to x. I believe that's what I would do. And that's one of the ways you could do it. So we have 8 times 96. 8 times 96 is 768. So that's 768 divided by the other number, 32. Divided by 32 is 24. Equals 24. And the actual, so I believe that would be yards. There you go. That's what you got enough for that. I hope this has been helpful. Good luck.